What is going on, guys, and welcome on into the channel. So today's video, we're talking stop losses and we're talking options on the Webull platform. So again, this is going to relate to other platforms as well, but we're going to be using Webull as the example here in this video. So how do you set a stop loss for options, and then what does that mean? And we're going to dive through all of that here in this video. So make sure you're sticking tuned, hit that thumbs up button. If you get something out of it at the end, maybe consider subscribing. So we got Apple pulled up right now, and we're going to trade Apple today, okay? So let us do it, and we're going to go through the full example here while we are trading it while we're live. Okay, so let's dive right on into Apple. So we're trading just under $144 per share right now, and I'm going to go up to the option chain. So right now, what I have, if you guys haven't already seen, we have plenty of videos on this channel. Go to our Webull playlist. We have tons of videos where that came from, diving through like a full course, a full tutorial of how everything works on the platform. But I'm going to go to the option chain. If it's not pulled up on your platform already, go up into the top right, add an option chain widget, which will be this guy right here. I already have that, and I'm going to click on my option chain widget right here. So kind of a wild day right now because it's a Friday when I'm filming this video. So these options right here that we're going to look at and we're going to trade, they expired today. So it should be kind of a fun ride here. So let's see what we can do with our Apple trade. So I'm going to look at these 140 contracts right here. They're trading just under $4, and it kind of makes sense, right? They're pretty much trading at intrinsic value because Apple's trading just under 144. So I'm going to go in here. I am going to now go ahead and buy this. So you might be thinking, what is that? That's the graph. What? I am going to make sure that I have it set to buy, okay? This is the graph. So in the bottom left of the screen of the option widget right here, or the order entry widget, I should say, you have the option to go table, or you have the option to go graph. I mean, I understand how the table works, and we've talked about that in prior videos, and it's really nice. But I mean, come on, guys. Who wouldn't want to use the graph here? Because it's just visually appealing, at least to me. I don't know about you. Let us know in the comment section down below. But what this graph is telling us is if I buy this call, I'm going to actually adjust this to one contract. I'm not going to be buying 10 contracts and spending, that much money on this thing. But if I was to buy one contract right here, okay, it is telling me that my max loss is if Apple expires today under 140, that would be down around a loss of $395. The higher that Apple expires over 144, the more money I make, which technically is unlimited if Apple goes to the moon. So that is, I guess, our upside, and then our downside is capped because we're buying one of these options. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set a limit order here for $3.90 for one of these contracts. Now, again, you could do this on the table. You could do this right here. Go through your strike price, your option expiration date. Are you buying a call or a put? Call means we're looking for Apple to go higher. We're buying. We're not selling. We're buying one, a limit order, and I add my limit price. I could set a market order here if I wanted to, and it will just fill me whatever price. You can do all that stuff here on the graph side as well. I would recommend this side, guys, because it's just easier to use. I'm going to click on place order, and it's saying I'm playing an option that expires today, and you actually may not be able to use market orders, because when they are expiring today, they're more volatile, so the platform may not allow you to use market orders in this case. And that depends on the platform. So I'm going to click on buy. I have it set for $3.90, and we'll see if that gets filled. All right, guys, so I had to adjust my order to $3.95, and now we are in. Okay, so we look at our Apple screen here. Here's our chart for today. And Apple right now, here's our call. We have a 140 call, so we're well on the money. And now we might want to set a stop loss on this, okay? So how do we do that? Well, first, I go back to my account. I go back to my positions tab, which I could, I guess, have this positions tab opened up on my layout if I wanted to. I personally don't like to do that, but I have my Apple call, and it's highlighted right here in the middle. Okay, so we're actually up $2. Awesome. Now, if I want to set a stop loss on this bad boy, what I would do is I would either right click on this, or I click on those three dots to the left-hand side, and I would go over here to close my position. So now, here we go. We are on the order entry part of this video. So now we want to close this position out. Hopefully I can zoom in so we can see this nice and easy. But we have our single option, Apple 140 strike, so it goes through everything. We want to sell, okay? But how do we want to sell? That's the whole point of this video. So I want to change my order. So under the order type, I'm going to change that. I am going to utilize the bottom two here, which are stop or stop limit. Let's explain what they are. If I use a stop order, Okay, what is this going to do? What is it going to tell you? A stop order is a stop loss. If Apple's price, or the option price in this case, because we're not talking about the stock, we're talking about the option here. If the option price drops below my stop loss or hits my stop loss, it's going to sell my option at the market price, and you utilize a market order in that case, which essentially is going to potentially mean that I'm going to sell it a little bit lower than that stop loss price at the time that it hits. If I was to use a stop limit order in this case, I'm going to need to specify a couple things. I need to specify my stop price and my limit price. So what does that mean? Your stop price is the price where this is triggered, and then your limit price is the price that you want to get out at or better. Okay, so this is an order that, if you don't know what you're doing, could really screw you, because if you put your limit price too high and it hits the stop, but the limit price is higher, what's going to happen? Well, then if Apple's contract drops, you actually will never get taken out at the limit price that you have set, and this could bleed out a lot more than you wanted to. So if you're using a stop loss, honestly, for most people, for most beginners, I would recommend just using the stop, not the stop limit. But if you're more advanced and you don't want to deal with any slippage, or you don't want to get caught with a market order on an option play, well, then you can utilize the stop limit. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my stop price here. Let's go back to Apple, see what it's trading at, and we'll come back and reassess this. So as we speak, Apple's pretty much not doing anything. It's just still doing its thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to this order entry. I'm going to set my stop price to $3.80. So this way I'm not going to lose too much on this trade. Okay, now I'm going to set my limit price, and I want to make sure that my limit price is $3.80. Okay, so what's going to happen here is when the stop price gets hit, if they can take me out at $3.80 per contract or better, they will. But if I didn't use the stop limit, what's going to happen is it's going to hit $3.80, and maybe the bid is down towards $3.70 or $3.75. They're probably going to fill me as fast as possible down toward $3.70 or $3.75 so that I can get out, and they make sure that I hit my stop and the order is filled, and that's it. So in this case, I'm expecting maybe if Apple does drop, it drops, maybe pushes back up, and then I can hit that $3.80, make sure I get out, get filled. There's a buyer for me being a seller, and we can move forward. This way, I don't have to worry about getting taken out in a market order. This isn't a huge deal if you're trading like at Apple, or you're trading a bigger name stock with tons of volume, tons of liquidity. But if you're trading a more volatile stock, or you're trading a stock that, let's say, has less volume for the options you're looking at, this could be something that you need to be paying attention to a little more carefully. And I would recommend you probably use the stop limit in this case. But if you're someone who is going to be a set and forget and walk away, and you want to make sure if it hits your level, you're out, then set the stop order, don't do the stop limit, and that's it. You get out and you move on. So it really comes down to personal preference, but hopefully that was a good explanation for you guys here. Now, we also have a video on the channel going over Webull order types. Now, this is going to be kind of referring to more to just stock trades, but if you want some more explanations into the different order types, what they mean, that could be a good video to also check out, so you get a kind of broad view of how this stuff works and not just a specific options stop loss. You can do this for calls, you can do this for puts. It works the exact same way. It just depends upon what, options you have. If you bought a put, it would be the exact same thing. You'd go in and you'd make sure that you're selling your put, and you'd assess and you'd put the stop loss in, and you'd do that with your put. So there you guys have it. We're back onto Apple right here. And if Apple pushes up today, I might keep this position on and let it ride up until the end of the day, because it expires today. So we'll see how this plays out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that thumbs up button. Consider subscribing. Definitely check out our other Webull tutorial videos. We have a ton more where that came from. Thank you guys so much. 2 free stocks with Webull. There'll be a link for that in the pinned comment and description box down below, as well as our other channels. See you guys in the next one. Peace.